much. As we organize for that, I'd like to call our jury for our first pitching session. Can we have the headsets? For the jury as well. Okay. So our jury, you ready? Please come up stage. Jonas Tasteful. Pangea Accelerator. Welcome. Cosmas Mushina, Africa Enterprise Challenge Fund. And Fatia Nurdin, Absa Bank, Kenya Limited. Thank you. Welcome. All right, remember, channel 1 for English, channel 2 for French. Thank you. Are we ready? Yes, we still need some headsets. Kindly, ushers. Kindly let's have some for the pitchers as well. We need headsets for the pitchers. We ready? Thank you. Thank you very much. We want to welcome our first pitcher on stage. We are very excited about this. You ready? You ready? Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. So, our first pitcher today, from Tanzania, Healthy Seaweed Company, please welcome Fatuma Mangena.
Hello, everyone. Hi. Has any one of you ever experienced fear and uncertainty of being admitted to the ICU? It's a frightening experience that can change your life in an instant. My name is Fatima Mangena. I'm the co-founder and CTO at Healthy Seaweed Cafe. 11 years ago, I found myself battling for a non-communicable disease that severely affected my nerve system. This illness forced me to drop out of school and left me to search for a way to regain my health. My journey to recovery led me to an unexpected urgent treasure, seaweed. Today, about 41 million people die due to non-communicable disease, and this accounts for 74% of all deaths globally. With Africa, it's about 40% linked to poor diet choices. I saw an opportunity not only to change my life, but many other lives in the world. At Healthy Seaweed Cafe, we process and produce diverse of nutrition and mouth-watering seaweed-based food products. They are sold locally and internationally. Our products provide about 90% of the daily mineral and they act as immune booster. We have a strong business model with 3 revenue streams: direct to consumer, local B2B, export, and wholesalers. And up to now, we have gained about 2,000 returning customers. The total market size of seaweed in Tanzania, South Africa, and USA is about 5 billion USD. Our serviceable addressable market is 50 million USD, and our goal is to capture about 3 million of this market. Our business not only operates economically, but also socially and environmentally. Up to now, we have worked with 200 seaweed farmers by purchasing seaweed into a higher price compared to the normal market price. And we have an estimate of 106 tons of carbon being sequestrated through seaweed farming. We are happy we have generated sales of 30,000 USD up to now, and for this year, we are projecting 100,000 USD grants. For the year 2, we are expecting to reach about 5,000 USD USD sales. And year 3, we are expecting to reach about 1 million USD through market expansion and innovation. We are having more than 12 products which are healthy and beneficial. And we are very unique because we have 12 products, we have a strong impact and environmental impact agenda, and also we are youth-led business. We are currently seeking for 450,000 USD. And up to now, we have acquired about 100,000 USD. With this, we'll be able to scale up on our operation, enhance our production facility, and also expand our market reach. You are welcome to taste our product. They're very delicious and mouth-watering. Join us today to the mission to combat non-communicable disease, support seaweed farming for the healthier us and the healthier world. Thank you.
N'est-ce pas fabuleux? Je vous prie d'applaudir encore une fois.
So clap for her once again. Let us clap for her once again. And so, dear participants, at the same time with these members in the jury who are presenting, the jury who are evaluating, do not forget to give your opinion through Slido. At the end of each category, you'll have 10 minutes so that you can choose who among the entrepreneurs merits to be encouraged. And so we are inviting you to scan the QR code behind the badge so that you can download the application or what is before you. So do not hesitate. Once someone intervenes, you go through that. And so
that's what you're talking about. We are proud of Africa. Thank you. All right, remember to vote on Slido. It's open 10 minutes. After the last pitch, we have one pitching session with about four to five pitchers every time. We have 10 minutes to vote. All right, so just check at the back of your badges. There's a QR code. You can scan the code and you can be able to vote. Those online, we have a number 248-879. Just use the code and vote online for the pitchers. Thank you so much. Over to you, jury. Mike.
Thank you so much. Lovely presentation. Amazing company. Could you describe the competitive landscape a bit?
I'll start with Tanzania. The market is growing at the moment, and we have a lot of competitors. And the major competitors are East African Seamers and also the WFD. But for us, what makes us different is that we have a lot of products that are only based with seaweed. But for the other competitors, they mix their seaweed with another types of products. And also, the market of seaweed is now growing to 9.3. But due to the increase of health-conscious people and also the trend in the industry that people are expecting to involve themselves in the nutrition as we are processing a lot in terms of food and industry. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cosmos?
Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. I want to speak to about the team behind your company, as well as in terms of job opportunities, how you're able to reach out to more women and young people.
Yes, our team, we have 4 team members and also other employees which we have employed. Myself, I'm certified as a food processor, but we have another person who is in sales, and we have 2 marine scientists who we have with more than 7 years of experience. And also in terms of the farmers that we are working with, we have been able to reach them because in Tanzania, 8% are women. And we have been able to involve them through our impact by helping them to know the value of the seaweed, why they should farm this, and why they should put it in the market. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Fatuma, for your presentation.
Thank you.
And it's happy to see a lady being the first pitcher.
Thank you.
So my question is on the numbers that you indicated of 9.3 as the market for seaweed in Tanzania, you said?
It's globally.
Globally?
Yes.
Out of the competitors that you mentioned earlier who you're competing with in that space in Tanzania, what is your market share of the seaweed business? What is your market share in Tanzania?
For this, I can say we are the first company in Tanzania that we have a facility that I can say for our market share is about 40%, because we have a facility where we start from the farmers to the facility doing all the processing and then do it the sale. But for them, they just purchase the product from either the farmers and then they do to the selling. Yes, so I can say it's 40%.
Thank you.
Thank you for the question.
Okay, one more question from me, Fatima. You're doing a great job, by the way. You mentioned that currently you have 30,000 USD in sales, and your ambition is to reach 1 million, and you have 12 products today. Yes. Will you reach the 1 million revenue by continuing the same 12 products, or are you looking at product extension and expanding your product portfolio?
Thank you for the question. So for now, we are planning to distribute more internationally. So we want to improve our product so that it can tackle the local market and the international market. Sorry. So at the moment, for the year 3, we are aiming to reach 1 million. But for now, from January up to now, we have reached 30,000 USD, and our goal is to reach the 100 that I mentioned. For this, we have started entering the UK market and the USA market. So with this, we are trying to make the product that can be able to cater the international markets, because the product that you have seen there are for the local markets. But we want to make the product that if I send it into maybe UK and South Africa, it will be able to tackle their preferences. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
One more question from me, Fatma.
Yes.
In terms of access to market and global markets, have you invested already on an e-commerce or an e-platform to enable customers to access the products from the globe?
For now, we are refining our website so that it can have an e-commerce. People will be easier to purchase for. But for at the moment, the customers we have, the international one, they reach us through our Instagram page and our WhatsApp business. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, in line with his question is, I wanted to check what is your distribution model from the farmers, the raw materials from the farmers to when the final product reaches the shelf. And a second question to that is, are your products in the shelves of the outlets, the supermarkets and other consumer outlets in Tanzania? Then if you're also exporting to the US, then how is that distribution channel from the farmer to processing to the end user of your products, both locally and export?
Yes, so when we receive the seaweed, we transport it because we take it from Kilwa and Zanzibar. Then after that, we process it. And after processing it, we distribute online. For those customers who want to do the delivery, we have a distribution of delivery. And also we have 5 mini supermarket and organic shops where we put our product for the people to receive them. So for those who are nearby, they can just go to the outlets. And for those who need for us to deliver to them directly, we send to them directly through our delivery charges and service. Yes, and for the international, we have one distributor in UK who is receiving our products, and then he distributes to other countries of the nearby North America. Yes, thank you.
Sorry, one more.
Yes.
So for your outlets, the local outlets and the exports, do you have contracts with who you deal with for your end products? Do you have contracts with them, or just it's a retailing business?
We do have the only contract for the farmers, but for the distributor, we do not have. Yes.
Thank you, Fatima, for this brilliant. Isn't it refreshing to hear a brilliant entrepreneur defending her project? Thank you once again, Fatima. Nous partons tout de suite.
And so we are going to the West. We are going to West Africa for. And so maybe you have imagined it is actually a project. It is actually a lady who comes from a country that is a champion of Africa. And this is Desiree. So Desire, yes, welcome to the podium so that you can present. And so clap for our presenter, our pitcher. So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Kaneta Mariam Larissa. I'm the founder director of Amia Bishi, and I am a farmer in Cote d'Ivoire in Abidjan. In 2021, the passion I had for aquarium helped me to work on tilapia. And being an owner of a restaurant, I decided to rear tilapia so that I could get a fresh quality fish given to my clients. And so my team, and so we are working with 10 women. And so this initiative is a concept that we have from the farm to the table. And so, given overfishing and the demand for tilapia in Ivory Coast, queen fish is actually helping us to reduce the rate of importing and also improve national production. Queen fish is a concrete response to fisheries in Ivory Coast. Queen fish is an innovative farm. It is an innovative farm and is respecting the environment. And so we work on 5 pillars: controlled fishing, safe fish, accessing the product, and also reducing carbon, because Queen Fish is working to reduce the emission of carbon. And so we are looking for financing of 200 million euros. That is a lot of money. And so that is 200,000 euros. And this will help us to actually to get from 8,000 to a higher amount of tons of fish. And so this will help us to improve our production and also the system of production, and also to create jobs for women and also sell for market for women. Why? Because I can actually employ 46% of women, because as you know, women are invisible, they are ignored, and they are also not recognized. And so I have the mission to change this in the aquaculture world. And so the 200,000 euros will be so this will come up with to get us fish of good quality and a system for filtration that will help our production. And also that is material for presentation. And so the other amount will be for buying the quality breeding. Yes. And so for the next 2 years, we hope to include in our project
We're planning to have a growth of 10 to 12% in the coming 5 years, with about 292,000 euros as turnover. Queenfish, in its ambitious mission, we want to improve fish farming and aquaculture in Cote d'Ivoire. And now a little anecdote. Why queenfish? Queenfish, we have the queen part, and my mission is to become the queen of tilapia in my country. Thank you.
All right, merci beaucoup.
So thank you very much.
That's basically the word I knew. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And congratulations on the journey so far. Great job.
Thank you.
I'm just trying to understand, as of now, what kind, because when you grow tilapia, the biggest cost is feeds.
Yes, exactly.
Which is like 70 to 80%.
Yes.
How do you work when it comes to feeds towards your fish, and also how do you secure as part of the quantity? So you both have the quantity of like how many fish, but also like the weight of the fish. So I just wanted to understand a little bit more how you work on
Okay, I grow my fish up to 600 grams to a kg because it's much more easier when you have a restaurant. It's easier to sell like bigger fish. Exactly. So the feed difference, the feed price, it doesn't affect me too much because I'm adding value to the fish when I'm cooking the fish and selling it back. So my challenges doesn't reflect like the other aquaculture challenges because I will say that we make more money by producing the fish and also cooking the fish and sell it back to the customer directly. So we're making more money by doing that than selling like the other fish farmers.
I get you, because you're also the market. Your
Yes.
English is excellent, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Larissa. So I want to understand, where do other women come in your journey?
Yes.
Because you are producing fish and also providing market. So where do the other women in the value chain or in the ecosystem, where are you going to support them in the journey of also becoming economically empowered?
Okay. When I will be able to produce more fish, that means I will have to sell the fish outside my restaurant. At that time, then I will ask like the other woman that sell the fish back on the market to come and work with me.
Thank you.
And also at the fish farm, I have only ladies that work with me at the fish farm. And in the kitchen, also at the restaurant, mostly the old women.
Thanks, Larissa, for your presentation.
Thank you.
My question is, and I guess I have two at this time. Are there any other entities or individuals in your country or your region that rear fish? One, and if there are, why should I buy fish from Queenfish and not the others? And two, what percentage of the fish that you rear do you utilize, consume it yourself as Queenfish, and what percentage do you sell to other off-takers?
Can you repeat the question so I can process it in French first?
The second one or the first one?
The first one, and then you will ask the second one.
Well, let me
We'll
just
do the
ask
first
the
one.
first
The
one
first one, I'll answer to that, and then you ask the second one.
Okay. So
Thank
the
you.
first one was, in your country, Cote d'Ivoire, or in your region, I don't know the region, sorry, the state.
Abidjan. Yes.
How many other entities or individuals like Queenfish rear fish? And if there are, then why should I buy fish from Queenfish and not the others?
Okay. In Abidjan, the competitors that we fear the most are the Chinese people. Those are the ones that I would say they're my competitors. Because first, the fish are frozen fish, and we don't have traceability on the fish. My fish, you have traceability on the fish and the fresh fish. So that's where I can play on the market. That's good?
Yeah.
Okay. For the other fish farmers, aquaculture is very new to Ivory Coast, so we don't have a lot of people that do aquaculture. So right now, the competitors are not enough to even fill the gap that we have in fish needs in Ivory Coast. The numbers are very high. In 2023, we imported more than 700 tons of fish, and we produce only 5% of that. So the market is very big.
Yeah.
She has a second question, I think.
Sorry. Got that one. Yes, those two. Sorry.
So the second question is, out of the fish you rear as Queenfish, what percentage do you consume it on the value addition bit as Queenfish, and what percentage do you sell to
At this point, I will say 100%, because what I produce is not enough to for the restaurant, so I'm not able to sell to other customers yet, because what I'm producing is I need more. I think I need more tanks to produce more fish. because people are asking me for fish, but I said I can't because my restaurant supply is not enough to be able to sell to other people right now.
All right, thank you. I fully agree what you mentioned about fish from China and tilapia, because that is cheap, affordable, but it's not quality, right? And that's the
Yes.
biggest competitor. On your mission to becoming the
Queen of tilapia. Yes.
the queen of tilapia for Côte d'Ivoire, how do you plan to scale? Do you plan to also grow your restaurant as part of scaling, or are you looking at growing production and then now start selling to other markets, other restaurants?
Yes, that's the plan. That's the plan. That's why we want to extend from 8 tons to 100 tons so we can sell outside the restaurant and not only to the restaurant.
And how will you do that?
First, right now we have only 9 fish tanks for the grow out. So by having a financing, we will be able to add more tanks. I'm about to add 20 tanks. That's first, and also build a nursery to be able to
fingerlings
for the fingerlings. By doing that, we can sell good quality fingerlings to other fish farmers too.
Okay, I get you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Merci Myriam Larissa pour cette belle intervention.
So thank you very much for your presentation. So dear participants, so we are continuing to thank all those who are supporters. Being an entrepreneur is actually navigating an area of the difficulties, and so it is important to stick to the discipline, and so we do not forget to use 4 minutes and the 10 minutes because we really need to keep to the time given to us. Thank you very much.
The stage, I'll talk and talk and talk. All right, so we have time constraints, so kindly pictures, strictly 4 minutes. We have a timer here, stick to the time. The jury, I know you want to know more about this, me too. But please, we have 5 minutes, all right? We want to give everybody an equal opportunity, so kindly let's stick to the time. Thank you.
Thank you, James. Merci.
Thank you, everyone. And right now, ladies and gentlemen,
from the Republic of Kenya, his name is James Odede. Please join your hands to welcome him.
Thank you, and good afternoon. My name is James Odede. I'm the co-founder and the CTO of Aquarage. Aquarage is an agtech company based in Kenya, started in the year 2020 with a goal of helping small and medium-sized fish farmers, specifically tilapia farmers, to increase their productivity, find new routes to market, and also to be profitable. We believe that the solution of Africa's deficit in fish protein lies in the smallholder farmers because it's scalable and it's able to be replicated in different areas. So in the case of Kenya today, the fish consumption per capita is 4.7 kilos. That's according to FAO, against the global standard of 20 kilos. This deficit in the country today is met by importation of tilapia from China and importation from other regions. Communities that depended largely on fish farming today are missing out on this market opportunity. Well, aquaculture is the fastest growing agricultural value chain in Africa. It still has a lot of challenges, and this impedes small and medium-sized farmers to participate. One of those challenges is lack of access to quality feeds. Farmers experience up to 15 months of production cycles just to produce a plate-sized fish against a global standard of 6 months. While there's opportunity for them to make money, a lot of them are running loss-making businesses. So how did we solve this? We built a mobile platform where we aggregate demand. We aggregate demand from fish farmers. We source for the best quality fish feeds globally, store it in our warehouses, and farmers can access these feeds at the touch of a button. From as small as 1 bag, they can pay in cash using M-Pesa. They can also pay on credit. That brings me to the second challenge that farmers experience. Fish farming, especially tilapia, is a process where you literally throw money in terms of feeds for a long period and then you harvest. Smallholder farmers don't have the cash flow to be able to feed this fish until it matures. That's why we've introduced a financing model where farmers can buy our feeds on credit and they pay when they harvest. The third challenge is the issue of market access. There can exist up to 4 middlemen from production to the market, making fish expensive and limiting the amount of income that farmers make in the process. As a result, we built retail outlets in major cities in Kenya called the Fish Deli, where all the fish that is produced from our farmers are sold through, and customers can buy fresh fish or value-added fish. When we sell value-added fish, we have more margin as a company, and we put more money in the hands of the farmers. To date, we've supported up to 5,000 farmers. We just closed our equity round of $2 million. This enabled us to build a team that is competent to establish and implement our business model. We have set up the infrastructure, a fish processing unit. We've set up the infrastructure for last mile distribution of feeds, where our feed is less than 2 kilometers from most farmers today. We're asking you to join us by supporting us in our debt financing of $1 million that will enable us to grow up to 30,000 farmers in the next 12 months and increase our revenue. Thank you.
All right, thank you, James. Exciting stuff, and congratulations on closing your $2 million round. That's very impressive.
Thank you.
I just wanted to ask you the first model as part of the feeds, being like the biggest cost, and your new financing model. What kind of feeds do you offer as part of variation assortment, and what kind of how does your financial risk look like when you get paid up to 12 to 18 months after you kind of borrowed the money? How do you do to kind of lower the risk? Thank you.
Thank you for that question. We list feeds with the best FCR, which is the feed conversion ratio, which means it guarantees the farmers the best output. So we test the feeds once a producer is intending to list their feeds on our platform. Based on the results, that's when we can list them on our platform. Well, today we are lending off our balance sheet, and definitely there's a risk for that. However, we are already in talk with 3 financial institutions who are willing to lend directly to our farmers. So we are currently integrating payment with an option where it's embedded financing, where a farmer has an option to buy cash or pay via credit, and that credit will be taken by the bank. But what also makes our model proof is the farmers, we offtake the fish, and we are developing a market system where we'll be able to offtake the fish from our farmers. So once we can guarantee sale of the fish, we limit the risk of financing. Thank you.
Thank you, James. I want to speak to a challenge currently for aquaculture and cage fish farming in Kenya, and that is the loss of the production cycle. So how have you innovated to try and minimize that loss, either due to natural factors or due to foul play within the farms? Because that would speak to a lot of risk towards loss of your capital.
Are you talking about natural disasters like upwelling?
So either upwelling, rising lake levels, or just even foul play where the fishermen steal the fish from the cages?
Thank you for that question. While insecurity, loss due to insecurity has significantly reduced, there's almost close to minimum loss as far as theft. The reason for this, most beach management units have come together and established a communal security. So there's very minimal loss there. When it comes to natural disasters, the upwelling is a phenomenon that affects farmers who anchor their cages closer to the shore, which is less than 3 meters deep. And what we advise our farmers is to be able to anchor their cages at least where it's 8 meters deep, And in that case, there's very limited exposure. A lot of farmers are not able to anchor their cages much deeper because they don't have the right tools. So we're also linking them to the right kind of production material so that they're able to put their cages in the much deeper waters.
Thank you. Just a follow-up question.
Yeah.
In terms of your input feed financing that you're providing to the smallholder farmers,
yeah,
what would you speak to in terms of the actual cost of financing? So the interest rate that is effective to them, how competitive is it considering the prevailing rates that we have in the market?
Currently the banks that we have onboarded are offering market rates. And the financial model of farming, cage farming and pond farming allows the farmers to pay off their debt and still make a markup of at least 30% on gross income. Thank you.
So James, and thanks for your presentation. Mine is what I want to know more about your team, noting that you do some complex roles within your team, including the credit team that facilitates the credit facilities to your farmers. So tell us more about your team.
Yeah, so the team is led by a founder and CEO who has over 10 years experience in fish farming. I'm the co-founder and the CTO. My background is in computer science. I lead the technology development for our platforms. We hired after our equity raise a CFO and a credit officer, both of which have 20 years experience in the space. So we have the team that is competent enough to build a business model that we have. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, James. I don't know why the name James is attracted to fish, or maybe the fish is attracted to the name. All right, but that's just us. Thank you so much. So to wind up this session of Blue Communities, we have Josephine Edward from Lady Marine Consultancy, Namibia. Welcome, Josephine.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Josephine Edward. As a young woman in a male-dominated maritime sector with a master's degree in marine science and 10 years working experience as a marine biologist, I thought to myself, what can I do with my knowledge and expertise to improve the lives of people in my community and the nation at large? I decided to establish the Lady Marine Consultancy Firm. This is a pro-profit venture based in Namibia that uses innovative and sustainable ocean solutions to address economic, societal, and environmental challenges. Our team consists of 5 dedicated members, whom are all women, including myself, an agricultural expert, an accountant, an administrator, as well as a technician. Now, growing up as the youngest of 2 girls, I witnessed my mother engage in subsistence farming to make ends meet, and she would use cow dung as fertilizer. Now, my mother's experience is not unique to her alone, as unfortunately, over a quarter of Namibian women farmers do not have access to affordable, organic, and effective fertilizer. As a result, they deal with pest, disease, soil degradation, and poor crop harvest. So we thought, what if we use the seaweed that is washed along our coastline and convert that waste product into a value-added product to address this issue, and also help our local municipalities address the seaweed waste management? Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to introduce to you the Benguela Seaweed Fertilizer. This is an innovative product, the first of its kind on the Namibian market. It's highly effective as it's high in biostimulants. We infused it with 2 enzymes and 2 potent microbes that help increase the microbial properties of the soil. It's easy to use. You just add it in water, you stir, and you activate the tiny soldiers in the product to start doing their magic. It helps with pest, disease, and guarantees high crop production. So, if we have 1 million Namibian farmers and a quarter of those are women, we aim to impact over 250,000 Namibian women. They will be able to feed approximately 40% of the Namibian population, and they will produce a target market size of 750,000 USD. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to emphasize that our company will also capacitate and train these women farmers, as unfortunately, there's only one agriculture expert per 1,000 Namibian farmers, and we need to change this narrative. So what is our ask? We are asking for 100,000 USD for 10% equity share in our company. This money will be used as following. 50% will be used for infrastructure, 30% will be used for operational cost, and 20% will be used for working capital. I'd like to highlight that so far our company has generated 10,000 USD that was used in product testing and development. We aim to collaborate with the local government, local universities, NGOs, and private sector, and increase our visibility at agricultural events, expos, and on social media, of course, to gain broader acceptance. So please, let's stand together, join hands, and help empower the unsung heroes of the agricultural sector in Namibia and Africa at large through the Lady Marine Consultancy Firm. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and good job. Um, I'm a big fan of utilizing seaweed for fertilizers and repurposing, etc. I just wanted to ask you, since you sold products for $10,000 so far, right, as part of the piloting and getting it up. What kind of product performance do you have as of today when it comes to fertilizers from seaweed and your products versus what you would call traditional fertilizers that is being used by the women farming community in Namibia?
So first of all, I'd like to emphasize that we actually didn't sell the product. We are in a journey of product testing and development. So far we've only developed the product. We still have not put it in the market yet. That is why we're at this event, to get the investors and the collaborators that can help us scale and market the product.
I get you, but as part of the product testing, have you gotten any indications on the performance?
Yes,
as a fertilizers?
we have, because we've collaborated with local universities. So the students are carrying out tests on the effectiveness of the fertilizer. And we also closely work with the Ministry of Agriculture in Namibia just to get that credibility on our product. Okay.
Thank you for your presentation. I want to just understand what your understanding of the market demand for the product is and where the gap is in the market.
The demand for our product is high. Like I said, we are the only seaweed fertilizer in Namibia. And I also need to highlight that our raw material and our production cost is very low. So this gives us high chance of success in terms of the profit and revenue and being able to break even within the first 2 years. So this gives us a competitive advantage because, number one, our prices are affordable in comparison to our competitors. And number two, we are targeting a market that is often neglected. Women farmers are marginalized and they are not empowered. So we are coming in to address that issue, not only in Namibia, but in any country that has seaweed waste problems and also want to empower their women in Africa.
So my question, Josephine and Well done on the presentation. The $100,000 that you're seeking, what would be the impact of the $100,000 to your sales turnover for your product?
Okay, so we are trying to produce at least 3,000 units per month, and this would generate a revenue of about 54,000 USD per year. So we're aiming to break even within a year or two. So yeah, we are going to break even within a year or two, and I just want you to ask the question again because I think I forgot the last part.
So let me take you 2 steps back or 1 step.
Okay.
What is your current sales turnover or sales for your product? And if granted the 100,000, what would be the impact? What are you anticipating to achieve in sales after the injection of the $100,000?
So, like, once again, I need to clarify, we did not sell the product of yet. So we are looking for investors to help us with that. But if we are to start production, we are going to make about a 54,000 USD annually. And we are going to get that money back in a year or two. So we're going to break even in a year or two. I hope that answers your question.
All right. I have one question. Have you looked into some of those systems that combine both biogas production and fertilizers?
Biogas?
Yes. Seaweed is an amazing plant. You can get a lot of really good stuff out of it.
To be honest, I have not looked into that, but maybe that's a discussion that we can have after this presentation.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, pitchers. Thank you, jury. We're so excited. Isn't it cool, guys? Yeah, looking at our young people, the ladies representing. This is so good. And as you are voting on Slido, please make sure to vote. The voting is open 10 minutes after the last pitch. This is the last pitch for this session. And we have
10 minutes à partir de maintenant. Votez sur.
So from now, you can vote using Slido application.
Yeah, and we have 4 pitchers. So you realize that one pitcher did not attend, but people are still voting. It's okay to vote for Green Sticker. They did not vote, but please vote him 0. Vote him last. Nobody will ask you. If they ask you, ask me. Yeah, just because they didn't attend, because it should actually messes up the app. So kindly vote for your best pitcher today. Thank you, the jury. Thank you so much.
Organiser cet événement nous a demandé.
And so the organizers have requested us to get, and so we are calling on you to thank the jury and also the pitchers given this first category of pitching. So thank you, and we can clap for the team.
After this, we take a break for lunch. It's a lunch where you are encouraged to interact, learn about what everyone here is doing, and then also please collect the lunch voucher at the gate, at the door as you walk out.
Absolument, James. Vous pouvez donc regagner le restaurant tout de suite.
And so you can go to the restaurant, but before going, there are tickets that you will be given at the exit that you will use for your lunch. Thank you very much.
The lunch, take your time, but we have to be back seated by 2. All right? Kindly observe time. Let's be back by 2. Enjoy your lunch, and please interact, mix, mingle, learn. Thank you.